Slow key, and I am. I say I am Mr. Superfax. I don't know if the fucking internet is kind of trash over here, so I don't know if the audio is gonna come out good on this video, but triggered as fuck, man. Triggered as fuck. Saw this post on Instagram, and it was basically the title of this video. The devil couldn't reach me, so he made me watch my favorite person give up on me. You know, there's a lot of people going through some shit out here, man. It's a lot of people going through some shit out here. And then I saw another post in the spot. Oh, I wish I had my fucking computer. I saw another post, and it was this girl. She was this black girl, 22 years old, and she made a video on YouTube, and she lit like a candle, like, you know, birthday candle, whatever. And she was in her car, and she sang happy birthday to herself. And, you know, she was just like, you know, I made it to 22, and, you know, basically just celebrating her birthday by herself. And then so she, she sang happy birthday to herself, and then she pulled out the Don Julio. She pulled out the Don Julio, and this bitch drank like a quarter of the bottle in one. I'm like, God damn. In one, you know, at once he drank like a quarter of the bottle. I'm like, hold on now. You know what I mean? And then, you know, they say, you know, this might be true, it might not be true, but they said after she took that video, she committed. You know, she unalived herself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people going through a lot of shit, man, and people feel so fucking alone, dude. You know what I mean? Like, especially where I live at, you know, it's just like you can be around people, you can walk you could go somewhere, and just you could be surrounded by people, and nobody really acknowledges each other. It's just weird. It's just weird, man. Like, you could be around people and still feel alone, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's what happened to me, dude. Like, that's how the devil works. And it's just like, I ask myself this question: why does the devil always have to win? Why does the devil always win? Why? Like, I understand this is a demonic ass realm. I get it. You know what I mean? Everything in this realm is funneling you to throw your soul away, sell your soul. Just throw, you know what I mean? Just everything is just trying to manipulate you to fucking just destroy your energy. You know what I mean? And it's just fucking annoying, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Why does the devil always gotta win? Why does the devil gotta win, you know, when it comes to every single fucking person that I fuck with or was supposed to be there for me? You know what I mean? Um, and I think this is one of the biggest times in society where people feel them. I think this is when people feel the most alone. We're the most quote unquote connected, but we're the most alone. That's just how I feel. You know, so many people I know just feel alone, you know, on a spiritual level. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it is what it is, man. I had a really fucking trash day today, man. I'm having car problems, as usual. And this fucking mechanic fucking just, I felt like the fucking mechanic scammed me. Took the majority of money I had in my fucking wallet and shit to do some shit I waited at the mechanic for almost 2 hours, yo. It took this nigga only 20 minutes to do what I need done. You know what I mean? But that's how it's disgusting, you know? And it's like, it's such dirty, it's like such a dirty play when, you know, you got people in your life that you care about, that you love, and that, you know, you make a promise to, like, you know, I'm not gonna turn my back on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be by your side, regardless of whatever happens. I'm not gonna let the devil win. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let these demonic forces win over my dead body. You understand? Over my dead body. I'ma die before I let the devil win and destroy our relationship. But the devil is so fucking, bro. This motherfucker, bro. Relentless, bro. Relentless. Whatever the fuck this entity is, man. And that motherfucker will pray and harass and just will not take his foot off the gas. And that motherfucker know, the devil know, okay. The devil like, I can't get this nigga. I cannot, whatever I do, whatever I throw at this motherfucker, I cannot get him. I can't get him to kill himself. I can't get him to kill somebody else. I can't get him to rob, steal, kill, destroy. I can't get him to, you know, give up. So the only thing I can do is constantly attack the people around him that he loves. Only thing I can do is constantly get the people, you know, jump into the people's vessels around him and work through them. You know what I'm saying? To make me feel alone. And that goes for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That goes for everybody. And it's such a dirty fucking tactic. It's so dirty, bro. It's cheating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta cheat to win. The devil gotta cheat to win, bro. And I don't mind, me personally, I don't mind the isolation. I don't mind being alone. But what I do mind is just it's foul. And it's just cheating. You shouldn't be able to play like that, man. Nigga, this motherfucker, the devil allowed to break all the fucking rules. Ain't no rules of engagement when it comes to this motherfucker. That's what killed me. Spirit, as a spiritual person, we have rules of engagement that we have to follow. When it comes to the devil, this motherfucker don't have no rules of engagement. Motherfucker is dirty as shit. Motherfucker spit in your eye. You know, all types of wicked, foul shit, bro. A motherfucker will jump into the spirit, into the vessel of somebody you love, and use their tongue, use their mouth to talk to you like you ain't shit. To talk to you like you're worthless. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of my friends, he told me that he told his girlfriend or whatever, situationship. He told me that he told his situation. He said he told her um that he didn't want to live anymore, that he didn't want to be here no more. And he told me that she said good riddance. I'm like, dog. I'm like, dog, you gotta get away from that, man. Devil fight dirty as hell, man. And it creates this trauma, this psychological trauma where, you know, you can't, man, you just, it becomes impossible to appreciate any type of fucking connection, and you become fucking numb. It becomes impossible to appreciate any type of connection because you want to hold on. You be trying so hard to hold on to a motherfucker. But it don't work. It's not gonna. It's impossible. You know what I mean? Like the harder you try to hold on to somebody, the more likely they gonna fucking run from you. You know what I mean? It's fucked up, but it is what it is. You feel me? And it's sad, bro. It's sad because a lot of people that just. It's not that we're suicidal. It's not that we want to die. It's just we don't. We know we not vibing here. You know what I'm saying? We not vibing here, bro. The vibe here is going to shit. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a frequency of love. It used to be a frequency, you know what I'm saying, of community and shit like that. They didn't turn us into fucking robots, man. They didn't turn us into robots. Like I started going to this gym. And I'm in the gym, you know, and like I'm the same person everywhere. I'm the same person at the gym, at the grocery store, at work, wherever the fuck. I'm the same personality, you know what I mean? For the most part. And I'm at the gym and I'm just like looking at everybody, you know, and it's just like every single body is just, unless somebody came with somebody like a partner or something, nobody is talking to each other. Everybody is literally just, it's like a video game or some shit. Like everybody is just in their own world. It's just dozens of people in this gym and nobody's really like, you know, occasionally people, you know, strangers will talk to each other. But I'm like, what the fuck am I living in, bro? And it's like the only time anybody interacts with you is when, you know, it's like you're like fucked up real bad. Like your car breaks down, somebody might pull over and be like, oh, are you okay? But it's like, where the fuck is people at when you're not in danger or when you're not in an emergency? Where are these people? Where is people at? Where's your community at? It's just weird, man. So I ain't gonna make this video too long, dog. I had a fucking terrible day, dog. I really did, man. I had a fucking awful fucking day. The devil been working on me. The other day was even, oh my god. Last Monday, dog. Or was it this Monday? I don't even fucking know what today is. What's today, Friday? I think it was this Monday. Worst fucking day of my life, bro. Worst day. I mean, to the point where it's like, I want to retire from Mondays, bro. Oh my god. Worst day. One of the worst days of my fucking life. Non-stop attacks, bro. Non-stop attacks, bro. You know what I mean? I can feel the motherfucker leeching. I can feel the entities leeching off my energy, bro. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens, man. I can go all the way back to my childhood, bro. The devil just knowing. I never chose this. That's the thing. Like we don't choose this shit. I never chose to for lack of a better word, I never chose to be a chosen one. Gives a fuck about that? You know what I mean? Like, give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? I didn't choose that shit. You know what I mean? I was raised by narcissists. I realized, I realized when I was like, I remember, I was like in the bathroom, like just talking to myself when I was a kid. And I was like, and I just realized, like, I had this moment where I was like, I just realized, like, I think I was probably like 14, 13. And I just realized my mom didn't love me. Like, she didn't love me. You know what I mean? Like a mother should love their child. You know what I mean? I was just there. You know what I mean? I realized that shit when I was like 13, 14. You know, and it's something I was thinking about the other day. It's like, you know, how many times I saw, you know, name the video, like, we're already dead, low key. Like, we're already dead. And multiple versions of us. Like, we're you don't even like what version of yourself are you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I died. Like, that was one of the first times I died. That might be the first time I died. Like, when, that version of myself, when I realized, oh, this bitch, this bitch doesn't love me. Okay. Because I already knew my, dad, whoever the fuck this nigga is, I already knew he didn't give a fuck. But when you realize your mother doesn't love you and you accept it, that's the death is in the acceptance. Let's have a real conversation. The death is in the acceptance. The acceptance that the devil won. The devil playing dirty, the devil won. Okay, the devil won with my mom. Okay, I'm down. I'm down 1-0. I'm down 1-0. Off top. Let's have a real conversation. And then I died again, my first girlfriend, my first love. I didn't know what love was. A stranger had to teach me what love was. We was together almost 4 years. And it was the best feeling ever, bro. It was the best feeling ever, being in love with somebody. Genuine love. And back then, you're young. So you don't have to, all this, and it was before social media. So fuck, you know what I mean? Bitches weren't worried about money back then. They weren't worried about money or status. Bitches cared about you as their man, as their partner. That's what they cared about. You know what I'm saying? So it was the most genuine it was one of the most genuine love. It was top 3 most genuine love I ever felt in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? And that, for whatever reason, didn't work out. I broke up with the bitch on some stupid shit. She was talking to my enemy, and I was like, bitch, you gotta go. Because I'm a Taurus. I'm heavy on loyalty. Let's have a real conversation. I'm super heavy on loyalty, bro. I'm super heavy on loyalty. If I fuck with you, I will die for you. If I fuck with you, I will crash out for you. If I fuck with you, we gonna go on all types of missions, and it is what it is. I can't help it. That's just the way I am. You know what I'm saying? So, but people just don't have that spirit. They just don't possess it. They don't have it. So yeah, that relationship didn't work out. She was talking to my enemy right in front of my face. I'm like, oh, okay, bitch. I was like, oh, okay, you gonna yickety 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 yakety with the fucking, you know what I'm saying, with my enemy? Oh, bitch, I had to cut that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I had to cancel that bitch like Nino Brown, bro. We don't move like that. And I've been like this, bro. I'm telling you, I've been like this since I was in fucking middle school. And nobody taught me this. This is just something that's in my DNA. We don't move like that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that was the second time I died. That version of myself. It's traumatizing when when you have that, like, the first person that teaches you about love, and that first person that introduces that feeling to you, and then they snatch it away, or it gets snatched away. You know what I mean? That shit is traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking about that. So once it's over, you so used to that person being in your life, and then once it's over and you can't even, like, talk to them, it's like, bro, that pain, that shit is different. That pain, that psychological pain, emotional pain is different. You know what I mean? Like, when me and my first girlfriend broke up, I ended up, like, right after we broke up, I ended up moving to a different state. Well, like, a year later after that. Right after me and my first love broke up, I was forced to sit right behind her, and right next to her was her best friend. The devil been fucking with me since I was young, bro. It's like I couldn't sit. I sat right next to this bitch that I was in love with. for like the whole fucking half a year until I just stopped coming to school. I just like would come to school. I would come to high school and I would just stay there and get my attendance, and then I asked to go to the bathroom and I would just leave. I would just walk out the front door, bro. I just didn't give a fuck, man. I've always had this spirit of just like, fuck this world. Fuck this place. This shit is a waste of time type shit. You know what I mean? Um, Always had that, like, just rebellion of the Matrix in my spirit. Fuck this place. This shit is a waste of time. I'm not gonna be a guinea pig, you know what I'm saying, for these fucking losers, bro. So, second time I died. I'm trying to think about the third time I died. I don't know. It was probably another girl. But when you get to a point, you know, most recently, when you get to a point where people are consistent, let's have a real conversation. He said, "Mine gave her soul to my enemy." Your girl, huh? Hey, fast forward. Hey, fast forward. So most recently, yeah, like somebody I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like somebody I'm still in love with. Like it's like when you fall, I mean, you'll always, you know, somebody that you fall in love with, you'll always love them. Now you'll fall out of love with them. You know what I mean? You'll definitely fall out of love with them, but you always have. They always have a piece of you, and you always have a piece of them. You carry that for the rest of your life. The only way to get rid of that is that they can go inside your brain and erase the file. Let's have a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. You have to go in somebody's fucking brain and wipe their memory of that person. Other than that, you carry that person and fragments of their energy, you know, and soul for the rest of your fucking life until the day you die. It is what it is. And you know, she fucking cheated on me. First time on record on my resume. You know, cause bitches be doing shit behind your back and you don't know and shit. But first time on my record on my resume that I've been, you know, officially cheated on. And you know, I wasn't really tripping on that, which is, you know, the truth. I wasn't really tripping on the chick having sex, you know, with another guy. I was tripping on the fact that I really genuinely like, and I don't believe females, bro. I'm fucked up. Like I'm fucked up. You know, and it's not just females. I don't believe people in general. You know what I mean? But I really believed that she, out of it, you know what I mean, she would be the last person that would cheat on me. I really genuinely, I was like, nah. Or she would tell me, she'd be like, you know, listen, I can't be with you. I don't want to be with you. I want to be with somebody else, before she did that shit. I was like more disappointed in, yo, you didn't keep your word. You didn't keep your word. You said, that's what I'm like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm like, you know, that's the most fucked up part. You know what I mean? Do what the fuck you want. Exercise your free will. Let the devil, you know, control you or work through you. Whatever. But it's like, you know, you don't have to be so disrespectful. You don't have to be so disrespectful. You don't have to crush somebody's soul like that. It's unnecessary. You could have just simply said, you know, I don't want to be with you anymore. You could simply communicate, you know what I'm saying? And I know that it was a spiritual attack on me. And I know that the devil want me to crash out, you know, and just, you know, continue to fucking continue to feel like, you know what I'm saying, in a low frequency and stuff like that. But it's a lot of people going through a lot of fucked up shit, man, and it's a lot of people. Um, it's a lot of people, you know, removing themselves from this world, man, permanently, and it's sad. It's really sad. And it's like the girl that I was talking about. You know, she unalived herself because she was alone. She felt alone. She felt like nobody gave a fuck about her. And then she she offs herself, and then now she's famous. You know, thousands of people, you know, are, you know, leaving comments on the video, and it's just ridiculous, man. And it's a lot of times it feels like that's what this world is like. You know, you don't matter until you permanently like not here anymore. You know, and a lot of times when I meet people that I really appreciate. I appreciate their energy. I appreciate, you know, being around their aura. I appreciate, you know, the laughs that we have and the time we share. It's like in the back of my head, I'm always just like, I'm wondering, I'm calculating, like, okay, how is this relationship gonna be sabotaged? Not necessarily. I'm not trying to manifest anything like that, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, I wonder what left field shit the devil's gonna do to sabotage and ruin this relationship so that I'm alone again. Because the devil doesn't like it when, the devil don't like when a chosen one has company and spirit and is able to have a spiritual safe haven. Let's have a real conversation. The devil don't like that. When a chosen one, when a critical thinker, when somebody that's not feeding the demons has a spiritual safe haven in another person, they don't like, the motherfucker don't like that. He don't like that whatsoever. And I watched it in real time, and it broke my heart and it crushed my soul. I watched it in real time, and to this day, it my heart is broken and my soul is crushed because this was the last person I ever thought in life would fuck me over the way they did and seemingly have zero sympathy, empathy, guilt, regret at all. It was like just like a fucking, like a knockout, you know what I mean? Like it was just like a knockout punch. You know what I mean? Because you look at certain people in your life and it's like you're not supposed to do, you out of all people, you're not supposed to do me. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to fuck me over like this. Out of all everybody, it's okay. My mother fucked me over, okay, fine. My father fucked me over, okay, fine. My ex fucked me over, okay, fine. My fucking friend fucked me over, okay, fine. But you plus the history that we have together, plus the things we do for each other, plus the consciousness that we have, we both knowing that this spiritual warfare shit is realer, is deeper than rap. We both knowing this spiritual warfare is boosted. It's on steroids. Because two chosen ones have come together. We both knowing that. And you still let the devil win. You still was a weak piece of shit that you allow the devil to win over my dead body. You're gonna see me laying in the fucking street, dead, deceased, before I let the devil win. Imagine being in a situation where somebody you love, somebody else, you know, violates them, and then now you ready to lose your life or your freedom over somebody else violating the person you love, just for the person you love to turn around and violate you. So my spirit talked to me all day long. And my spirit has always, guided me in the right direction. And my spirit told me, my spirit told me my spirit told me that unfortunately my spirit told me that the person that I was in love with wasn't worth fighting for, wasn't worth risking my freedom or my life for, because ultimately their true colors will be revealed, which they were. You know what I'm saying? Just made me wish my ex a happy birthday. What? No, they call your ex for a reason, man. That, it's like, today is a new day. And I saw this on Facebook. Today is a new day. Talk to that stranger that your spirit is telling you to talk to. Do that activity or whatever the fuck. Do that thing that your spirit is telling you to do. Chase that goal that your spirit is telling you to chase. And, because you have the ability to change the fabric of reality. You know what I mean? And the only thing that's holding us back is you know what I mean? That fucking demonic entity in our head. That's like, all the low vibe, fear, doubt, guilt, shame. Fuck out of here. We wake up every day. Every morning we wake up and we open our eyes for the first time. You know what I'm saying? First thing you need to do is repent. Pray for yourself. Pray for the people you love. And change the fabric of, you seize the day to change the fabric of reality. It's as simple as that, bro. Shit. That's what I try to do every day. I try to wake up. First thing I do is, I submit my soul to the Creator. I'm not perfect. I apologize for the sins that and I really don't do a lot, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I really don't be doing too much. I really wake up and just go to work. I really wake up, go to work, go back to sleep. You know what I mean? And but I acknowledge that there's a demon inside. We all got demons, bro. We all got demons. But the thing is, it's like, the goal is you have to close the doors. You have to close. Like I said, there's rules of engagement for righteous people. There are no rules of engagement for a person that's, for a corrupted soul. Let's have a real conversation. That's why these people do the most heinous shit. You'd be like, what? Like I said, I was watching this shit on YouTube, and it was about this she wasn't the kid's mom, but whatever. It was about this bitch. And long story short, it was in Baltimore. She was like riding around, and she got pulled over, and the cops were like, what the fuck is that smell? And long story short, she had, I think it was like her nieces or her cousin's kids or some shit like that. But it was like babies. It was like 2 babies that were dead, that were wrapped up in blankets in like some fucking, I was about to say Tupperware, in some like storage containers, and they were just dead. She was riding around with dead babies in the car. And you got to ask yourself, like, what? That's why they say, what will possess you? What will possess? What will possess? Oh, well, we know what will possess a person to do some shit like that. We already know. We know what would possess a motherfucker to do some shit like that. So it's like, you have to learn to accept this shit. And it's the hardest battle in this fucking realm. Accepting the fact that the person that you love or in love with or whatever the fuck allowed themselves to be so fucking weak that their soul got corrupted, and they're not even the same person that you knew anymore. They're just a vessel for the fucking for the legion of fucking demons to just do whatever they want, to have a party. Niggas is partying inside your spirit. Like, you let demons party in your spirit. It's a demonic Diddy party going on in your spirit, cause you just weak. You a fucking punk. You a bitch ass nigga in the spiritual realm. I don't want that on my soul. I'm sorry. And it was this video, man, and I wish I had my other phone to play it. But the lady was it was such a great fucking video. And the lady talked about how basically the demons hijack your free will. It's like like stages. And it gets to a point where you're not in control anymore. You're not in control anymore. Spiritually, you're not. You don't have control anymore. Whatever entity or entities that are inside you, they fucking control you now. So it's a lot of times, you know, I be wanting to go full hurricane and shit like that. It's a lot of times where I just be like, yo, today's the day. Today's the day where I give up. And every motherfucker that ever had something to say to me, I'ma look them in the eye. And that's gonna be, if it's gonna be my last day, it's gonna be their last day too. And Grand Theft Auto. Stays where that shit really, really fucking is like weighing on my heart. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You understand what I'm saying, man? He said, fuck playing fair with some folks. You play fair because these are rules of engagement of your own soul. You know what I mean? You know, we didn't create these rules. You know, the creator created these rules. You know what I'm saying? And it's all designed. All it is, every time somebody fuck you over and shit on you and make you feel like you ain't shit, you have no value, it's all just designed for you to fucking bury yourself alive. That's all it really is, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the worst, you know. That's that spiritual tactic that the devil uses. It's like, okay, damn, I can't get this dude to kill himself. I can't get this dude to kill somebody else. I can't get this dude, you know what I mean? I can't get this dude to sell drugs. I can't get this dude to traffic women. God damn, I can't get this dude addicted to alcohol. I can't get this dude addicted to cigarettes or whatever. I can't, this is like, God damn. You know, I can't get this nigga to slit his wrist. I can't get this nigga to shoot himself in the head. What the fuck can I do? So they say, well, he's in love with this girl. Or he's real close with this person. Shit. And they got a door wide open. So I'm gonna jump. This is how the devil move. So let me go ahead. Since I can't touch him right now, it's just like that movie Fallen. Like, that's why Fallen is top 5 conspiracy theorist movie, but spiritual movies. Because in that movie Fallen, Denzel's character, he was a righteous, honorable spirit. And what was the name of anybody remember the name? Azazel. Azazel had to break down Denzel Washington's spirit, spiritual. I'm so sick, bro. It's cold over here. Why is this nigga on this loud ass bike? It's literally cold over here. Summer is gone, bro. So he had to break down basically his spiritual doors so that the entity could jump inside of him, which he ultimately did. And that's all. I'm sorry. That's all this shit feel like. If this whole realm just feels like, it just feel like low vibrational entities. It's just constantly trying to break us down so that they can hijack our spirit. And then once they just corrupt us, destroy us, they're going to bring down the people around us that love us, and they're going to jump in, you know what I mean? They're going to jump into them and destroy. They're going to destroy, kill, steal, and destroy, man. That's why the most hated people walking this earth are high vibrational people. People that can look the devil in the fucking face and laugh at him. That's why we the most punished people. That's why niggas grow up the worst. But the suffering is, dude, damn, I heard an analogy, but I can't remember what it was. But it's like, long story short, it was like, damn. I'm trying to think of it. Long story short, it's just like, you know, if you're comfortable, you don't want to leave. Like, if you're comfortable, you well fed, you got money, you're well entertained and shit like that, you know, give them bread and circus, right? The door could be wide open to the matrix. You could walk right out the door. You could walk right out the fucking door. The door could be wide open. You know? Yeah, it was like a movie or something. And the lady was like, you know, she was like, the devil, you know, this shit is, she was saying that like this shit is like a prison, you know what I mean? And the door is wide open. And, you know, the devil wants you to have, certain people wants them to have an easy life so that they don't feel the need to stand up and walk out the prison. But then basically, like, you do all of this low vibrational shit your whole life, and you allow your vessel to get, I mean, like I said, a demonic Diddy party all up in your soul and shit. And then when you die, before you can get up and walk out the, you know, the jail cell, it closes. And then now you stuck in that frequency. You're stuck in that frequency. Because the dude was saying in the movie, he was like, you know, he was telling this lady, he was like, your life sucks. You know, your life is horrible. You have dementia. You lived your life the right way the whole, you know, your whole life. You never done anything bad. And look at you. Look at how miserable your life is. And he's like, you're the nicest person I know. He's like, I'm the meanest person I know. And my life is great. You know what I mean? He was like, he was admitting to be a piece of shit. You know, so shit is fucking backwards now here, man. I got people around me, bro. Like, people I care about. People I genuinely care about in real life and offline and shit. And I'm watching them. I'm like, you know, you're setting yourself up. You know, you don't have no fucking faith, man. You don't have no faith. You have no fucking faith. You're setting yourself up for just pure failure. Yeah, I got people that I care about that's telling me they can't talk to me. They can't talk to me because the person that they talking to doesn't want them to have, you know, doesn't want them to talk to anybody else but them. I'm like, bro, don't you see that's the devil? Don't you see you supposed to run from that? When the hell has your soul ever told you I need to isolate myself? Nigga, that's manipulation beginners level, psychological terrorism. That's rule number 1. Isolate the target. Because when you dealing with somebody, and this goes into gang stalking and all of this shit, to spiritual beginner level, psychological terrorism. The first thing you do is get this motherfucker alone, and that's how, and it becomes easier to control their mind and manipulate every thought they have, because the only information they're getting is coming from one person. Somebody that I genuinely care about, that I never met him offline or nothing like that. But, I can't even have a relationship with my friend no more and laugh and joke around and talk about what's going on and stuff like that, and, share our consciousness. I can't even talk to my friend no more because, you know what I'm saying, they dating somebody that's a fucking demon. That's not fair. And God wouldn't tell you to do that. The creator wouldn't tell you to do that. Your soul wouldn't tell you to do that. So why? So when you realize, bro, when you start to voluntarily go against your soul, you're in for a world of trouble, bro. So, you know what I mean? Like, and you're gonna like, bro, I don't know, like, how? Fuck around and bring a demonic spirit into this. Fuck around and bring a demonic spirit into this world. We already know, people like that are very abusive and shit like that. It's disgusting, bro. That's not what love is, man. That's not what love is. Unconditional love, divine love. If it ain't divine love, I don't want it, man. Hello, key. If it ain't divine love, I don't want it. Get away from me. Get away from me. For real. Divine love is just seeing. It's seeing with the eye you can't see. You know what I'm saying? Seeing with the eyes you can't see, motherfucker. Seeing the army of fucking demons surrounding us and being like, that ain't nothing. Just being like, that's light work. Yeah, nah, they can't fuck with us. That's divine love, bro. Divine love ain't fucking defending demons. Motherfuckers be selling their soul. Niggas don't even know what selling your soul is, bro. Niggas be broke and niggas be selling their soul. You just as broke as I am, and you sold your soul. You just as broke as I am, and you sold your soul because you chose that other side. So I'm not allowed to talk to my friend no more because she dating a demon, and the demon is such a pussy, and he would get fucked up in real life if I ever see this nigga in Minecraft. Fucking his jaw be hanging off the ground, because it's like, this is what happens, man, when you grow up in a broken home and don't nobody give a fuck about each other. This is the cycle of chaos, man. The cycle of dysfunction. This is what happens. Nobody give a fuck about each other, man. And then your own family will sit there and watch you. Just watch you destroy yourself, or watch your life just be in shambles, and they won't help you, but they'll sit up there and fucking gossip about you and talk shit about you. Then when you crash out on your family, you the bad person. The eternal gaslighting. immortal narcissism. It's fucking disgusting, bro. You know, and I met this older woman, and she's up there. She's almost 70. You know what I mean? She's like mid 60s, man. And I've known her for over a year now. And it's just like, recently you have those moments in a relationship where the bond just out of nowhere, the bond just gets stronger. It's organic. You don't force it or nothing. It just happens. And the bond just got stronger between me and this older woman, to the point where it's like, she was joking around, but she was like, she was like, I'm adopting you. She's like, you're gonna be my son. And in the back of my, and it made me feel like recently, being around her, I exercise with her. We exercise and we work out together. And it's like, just realize, and when I talk to her, she actually shuts the fuck up and hears me out, opposed to my mom, my biological egg donor. You know what I'm saying? Every time I tell her something, she finds a way to basically make it my fault, or what did I do? You know what I mean? Or it's never like a conscious, high vibrational conversation. It's always something. By the time I'm, 2 sentences in, I just want to fucking kick the bitch in the mouth. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you're disgusting. Like, genuinely, I'm like, I can't believe, ill. I came out of you, ew, you're gross. I'm like, this is disgusting. So me and her were talking about that. We was talking about like soul contracts, and I was like, so, by the way this theory goes, you choose your mother and father and family. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why would we choose people? Obviously, because we needed to grow in a certain way that I guess is impossible any other way. I guess I don't fucking know. So we had to evolve through the suffering. The suffering was the trigger that we needed to evolve spiritually. Fine, whatever. Because if everything was all perfect and shit, our soul would be complacent, right? That's what they said, whatever the fuck. So, but it's just like, in the back of my mind, I'm like 34 years old, and it's the first time in my whole life where I felt that feeling of like a mother's love. Like, just because a woman didn't give birth to you doesn't mean she doesn't possess that frequency. Being a woman, being a mother, these are frequencies. You know what I mean? Anybody could be a fucking female, and especially in today's world. In today's world, you go on social media, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Magic Johnson's son identifies as a bad bitch. So fuck this world, number one. Number two, that nigga need his ass whooped. Let's have a real conversation. So the point that I'm trying to make is like, took me 30 fucking 4 years to feel what it feels like to be able to talk to like an older woman, and she talked to me like how a mother is supposed to respond, like how a woman that has lived on this earth and has experienced not only physically but spiritually, and somebody that's open-minded. And it's like, damn, you really took your time, God, to bring somebody like that in my life. I really needed that when I was developing as a child. That could have saved me a lot of fucking psychological torment. Let's have a real conversation. But we're not crying over spilt milk. It is what it is. My mom lost. It's like a second mom. So I genuinely like, a piece of me was unlocked, and I genuinely feel excited to like, be around somebody that, I can talk to like a mother. You know what I mean? And a lot of people won't understand it, especially demons won't understand it. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, well, I wonder how the devil is going to try to find a way to sabotage this relationship. You know what I mean? It's the same cycle. Every fucking person that I love and care about gets snatched away from me. It's disgusting. And then I'm like, well, where is, I'm living righteous. Where's the protection from God? Where is it at? Where's the protection from God? Where is it at? Because like I said, I pray for myself, but I also pray for the people I care about. I wake up in the morning, bro, every fucking day. I ask the creator to cover the people I love in the source's divine love, divine protection, divine armor, divine assistance. I mean, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Every fucking day. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I wasn't supposed to be on here for an hour. The devil jumps into these people's spirit and it works through them, and it makes them cross all your fucking boundaries, and it makes them do things that is like just completely destroys and sabotages your relationship. Things that that person's true soul would never do. And the devil jumps in a vessel and takes it to a point where it's like you can't go back. If you go back, then you're just, you're a bitch ass nigga in the spiritual realm. It's as simple as that. And I don't know, maybe it's my pride, maybe it's my ego. But when people fuck me over, when people cross a certain particular line, I can't. Even if I want to, I can't go back. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people, man. They don't, you set the boundary. The boundary is a reflection of self-love. Let's have a real conversation. Your boundaries are a reflection of how much you love yourself. And a lot of these people out here, they completely just say, they let go of the boundaries and they fucking sell their soul to a demon. And that's it. And I'm not going to lie. This is right now what I'm going through is the toughest fucking spiritual battle I've ever had to go through in my entire life. Because if it was up to me in Grand Theft Auto, I would clack the fuck up and it'd be a lot of fucking people flatline. In my favorite video game, Grand Theft Auto. Because it's so much unwarranted and unforgivable disrespect that's been happening to me that I definitely don't deserve. So I feel for people out there that's going through the same thing, man. And crashing out is fucking stupid a lot of times, even if it's about the principle. Crashing out is fucking stupid. When you in that moment, you know what I mean? When you in that moment, man, listen. So yeah, I don't really have like any advice. The only advice I could give to you, if you're somebody that's ever been in a situation or going through a situation where people you love, their spirits are being their vessels are being hijacked and their spirits are being corrupted. The only thing I don't do it. Don't crash out. You know, try to give yourself time and take a step back. You know, I don't fucking know. Turn your fucking phone off. Get the hell away, and that's it. And them intrusive thoughts are going to be intruding. You're gonna have to build a mental wall up for a while. Because them intrusive thoughts will be intruding. Let's have a real conversation, man. You know, because it's a lot of people. A lot of people be like, man, you know, it's so many people out here. They tell the dudes, like, bro, it's so many bitches out here. Stop worrying about her. Or they tell the girls, there's so many niggas out here. Stop worrying about him. But that's not the point. You know what I mean? You purposefully um exchange your, you know, these are things you'll never get back. You purposefully exchange, you know, your time, your energy, um your intimacy, you know, your spirit with another individual, you know. And it's about a spiritual principle, man, you know. And these people are out here being crazy disrespectful and violating people on a spiritual level, and it's unfucking acceptable. It really is. You know what I'm saying? So karma don't miss. Let's have a real conversation. Karma don't miss. And the source sees everything, and it is what it is, and you reap what you sow. All right. So I appreciate everybody chiming in on the video. I'm gonna go ahead and slide up out of here. Um, I'll see you when I see you. Salute.